Hi. Okay. In the last video, we placed a conduit closure using this mutation here. So we have this conduit closure here in the node, but there's nothing connected to it. No pipes are attached to it, as we call it. Okay. So to do that, we have to send some more mutations to connect something to this guy. And the first mutation I'm going to show you is that how to connect a conduit that is running through. So you can see these two here, this is two multi-conduits, they are running through the node. So they are passing by the conduit closure. These two conduits here, they are ending in this node. So, and there's two different commands depending on you're gonna attach a guy like this to the closure, or you're gonna attach a guy like this that is running through or passing through. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is try to get this guy here inside this conduit closure. So basically what we want to do is to end up with this data here. Okay, so yeah, and to do that, I also show that here you have to use a mutation that's called attach conduit pass by to closure. And I know this name maybe not super good. If you have any better names, I'm all ears. But it kind of says that we are talking about a conduit that passes by that we want to attach to the closure. So that's what the command tries to describe. Um, and this is this guy here. And what you have to specify, of course, what conduit closure you are talking about. And you have to specify what conduit you want to put into the conduit closure. And it has to be a conduit that is passing by. If it's not a conduit that is passing by, you get an error. Uh, if it's like just ending in the node. And then you have to say what side do we want to have it go into? I mean enter in the conduit, and what side of the conduit closure you want to kind of have the conduit leave out. Um, you know, um, goes in here and goes out here. So I say, okay, I have to go into the left side and go out of the right side. Okay, let's try and run it. And then let's try to see how our stuff looked. This is how it looked before. So it was like 4 sides, but there was nothing attached to it, so there was no ports. When I run it now, you can see actually there's a lot of stuff. If I scroll down here, why? Okay, you can see here now there's a lot of stuff. So we have um, the, try to go like this. So we have the top, it has still no ports. Then we have the right sides, it has some ports, and we have the left side that has some ports. And we take, for example, the right side, that's fine. Let's take that one and look. You can see there's port 1, position 1. It has a connection kind called pass through, and it's connected to the left side, and it's this conduit segment. So what that means is that this multi-conduit, are we looking at the right side? That you can say the outer conduit, the orange stuff here, is actually connected to the port level. And what it tells you that it's connected to the port level and it passes through to the other port. So it's not cut. That's what it tells you here, that is passing through to the left side of the conduit closure and to port number 1 on the left side of the conduit closure. And this is the multi-conduit segment, so this is the outer conduit segment. Then you can see here we have some terminals, and they go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is because I put what the conduit I actually put inside the closure was this guy here, the 7 times 12 inner conduit. So what it will do then, the system, it will automatically create 7 terminals, and each of the terminals will be connected or to the, or the inner conduit will be attached to these terminals. So you can see here the first terminal. It also passes through to the left side to terminal 1 on the left side, and this is the line segment. And the reason it says line segment now and not conduit segment or something like that is because it can actually both be cables and conduits that are going in and out of the terminals. But underneath it is a conduit, and this is an interface. You can just dive into the actual object if you want using GraphQL. And you can see here the next one, number 2, is passing through to the left side, terminal 2, and so forth, like 7 times, right? So this is just, just tells that all the inner conduits are also just passing through, like that. Quite boring, but the idea is that it should be easy to kind of create the diagram or the schematics for the conduit closure, because you can just look, ports, terminals, and you get exact information on what terminal is connecting to what other terminal, and what type of connection is this. Is it just a pass through, or as we're going to see later, it can be not connected and a connected type of um, connection as well. Okay. So now we have connected you can say the big pipe through the conduit closure, and now we're gonna call another command, something called attach conduit end to closure. And this command is gonna be used when you have to, if you have some conduit who is ending in that node that you want to kind of add to that conduit closure. So this is the situation you have. I think I have it here. You see this guy here. It just ends in the node. Now I want this guy to kind of be to the conduit closure, so it goes like this. And here I'm gonna use this command attach conduit end to closure, because it's not passing through, it's just ending there. So that's why we need 2 different commands to kind of deal with that, because there are 2 set of rules the system has to kind of use to do that. Okay, so I did that, and let's try look at it again. And what you have to notice here is, of course, I put it at the top. So I just said, okay, this conduit here, single conduit, which is actually, I think it's this one, or one of these 2. I think it's one of these 2 here. I cannot remember which one. Doesn't matter. I connect to the conduit closure, and I want it to be attached to the top side of the conduit closure. Okay, fine. Query it. Now you can see the top is also suddenly got a port. Before it had no port. So now it has a port, and it has also, and this port has 1 terminal. So that's kind of expected. The terminal is connected to the single conduit. This is because the terminal level is where we connect always the actual conduit, the single conduits, and and also the cables. But the port, you can see, is not connected to anything. And the reason for that is that the rule is that the port will be connected to multi-conduits, and the terminals are connected to inner conduits or cables. Because it doesn't make sense to kind of, connect the port here, because there's no multi-conduit here. It's just an inner conduit or a single conduit going inside a specific terminal. So that's the way I have chosen to model it. I hope it will be an easy way to handle that. So now you know the reason why this is not connected. The port is not connected to anything. It's only the terminal that's connected. Okay. Oh, I have used 10 minutes already. I think that's for it for the conduit attachment process, attachment mutations. So now we have, actually this drawing is a bit out of order because what we did actually now is we have routed a multi-conduit through and we have connected this one single conduit the to the conduit closure also, but we have not connected anything inside it yet. So that I'll do in the next video.